This controversial Hungarian played a big but very weird role in Central American history. Lajos Schlesinger was only 23 when he fought in the 1848 Hungarian Revolution against Habsburg Austria, not an uncommon experience for Hungarians of Jewish backgrounds. After the failure of the revolution, he emigrated to the United States. I've done a video before about how many Hungarian Jewish veterans of 48 became abolitionists in the US, but Schlesinger was absolutely not one of them. In the 1850s, there were expeditions, usually supported by the US slave states, to conquer parts of Latin America called filibusters that I just made a video providing some background on. Schlesinger was a mercenary in two of these campaigns, first in Cuba and then in a gargantuan war in Nicaragua. After the failure of the Cuban invasion, Spain imprisoned him in North Africa, though he escaped, but it's unknown exactly how. In desperate need of money, Schlesinger joined William Walker's campaign to invade and become the dictator of Nicaragua. Most of Walker's men did not speak Spanish, but Schlesinger spoke numerous languages, including Spanish, as well as French and German, spoken among some of Walker's foreign mercenaries as well. This made Schlesinger very valuable among Walker's regime, which caused alarm among the neighboring countries due to things like their slogan, "Five or None," implying an intent to annex the rest of Central America. Walker sent Schlesinger on a diplomatic mission, which turned out to be a complete failure, launching a war between Walker's Nicaragua and the rest of the region. Schlesinger failed Walker yet again when he was put in charge of 240 troops and lost the pivotal Battle of Santa Rosa, which led to the ultimate collapse of Walker's Nicaragua and is canonized in the national memories of the 5 countries engaged in the war. Walker would accuse Schlesinger of being a traitor for the rest of his life, and it's still unknown whether Schlesinger actually had a secret deal with the Costa Ricans. When Schlesinger returned to Nicaragua, Walker sentenced him to death, and Schlesinger left the country. Schlesinger would go on to write a proclamation in the New York Herald denouncing Walker as the traitor and urging his men to defect. Schlesinger maintained that he had never betrayed the vision of what Walker's colony could have been for the rest of his life, but eventually married into the Salvadoran elite and ran a successful rubber company, and he helped construct the first Guatemalan railroad as well, alongside many of those he had been fighting against in the filibuster war. Schlesinger grew rich and lived to see 81, donating more than 100 Latin American artifacts from his collection to the Hungarian National Museum, while Walker was executed at 36 after another failed invasion, this time of Honduras. So it really makes me wonder, did Schlesinger really betray Walker and by the sheer force of his own greed wind up on the right side of Latin American history accidentally, or did he fail his way there?